Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Keisha with Zazie K Creations. On my channel, I am sharing with you my sewing journey, some DIY type activities, and just general things I'm doing in my sewing journey and life event things as they happen. In this video in particular, I'm going to be sharing with you some things I purchased from a couple of different crafting stores and my sewing plans for the week. And if you want to hear more about that, stay tuned. All right, so I hope that you all have been doing well. I hope that life is treating you great. I hope that you are sticking to whatever you desire to begin the start of the year, that we are a little bit more than halfway through the month of January by the time you see this video. So I am hoping that the things you set out to do this year, you have a great plan in place for that stuff, and you are well on your way to making those goals and dreams come to fruition. So again, in this video, I'm going to go with you, or share with you rather, the things I'm working on this week. So how do I want to approach this? I think I should first let you guys know about some of the things I want to do in my room this week in terms of my furniture. So late to mid-December, I purchased a table for my sewing space, a new table for my sewing space. That table was delivered. I have not had an opportunity to have it set up yet, so I'm hoping that this week my table will get assembled, and as well as my floating shelves, that they will be able to get installed on my wall in this coming week. We had a series of some bad weather in my area, lots of flooding. I was actually impacted by that flooding a little bit earlier this month, just a couple weeks ago actually, and my furnace went out, my hot water heater went out, but thank God we were able to go with family and be there and be cozy and warm and safe until we were able to get those things repaired. And I'm happy to say that we have gotten those things repaired. We've been back in our home for about a week and a half now, so I am happy and grateful to God for that. But for that reason, I was not able to get my table and stuff done for obvious reasons. So that is one thing I'm hoping to get done, or two things I'm hoping to get done this week. My floating shelves assembled, and hopefully my table can get assembled. So the second thing I would like to get done this week is really around some DIY activities, some DIY crafting activities. So I told you guys in another video I was on the hunt for some really huge washers. Well, I won't say standard because they're not standard size, what I was told, but I was able to find the washers. So it's funny how this happened. I was actually in Harbor Freight the day I was looking for washers of this size, and they did not have any. As you guys know, I went to Lowe's and my local Home Depot. Neither one had them. So I thought I'd go to Harbor Freight. They did not have them either. While I was in Harbor Freight, I got a phone call from my father, and I explained to him what I was looking for, and he told me, wait a minute, don't buy those. I have some in my basement. So that was a blessing just in and of itself, that I didn't have to go hunt for these washers. But what I did find out, that these washers are not a standard size washer. In order to get these, I need to probably order them from like a Grainger or a hardware store, like special order. So I'm grateful to know that he had quite a few in his basement that he was not using, just laying around. He gave them to me so now I can go ahead and work on my my DIY project. So on to the DIY project. What I plan to work on are some custom pattern weights. So I watched a video that was done by Sew Anastasia. So I will not take any kind of credit at all for this, but I thought she had this great idea to create your own pattern weights. And all she used was some bias tape, very minimal supplies, bias tape, hot glue, and like ribbon. It was so simple. And I thought to myself, I really do want to create some pattern weights that are heavy enough that they don't slide as much, or they keep my pattern tissue more stable on my fabric. I do find that when I use my regular pattern weights, sometimes if I don't use a whole lot of them, my patterns slide a bit. And I wanted to find something that was a lot more heavier, have more weight to them, so that I don't have to use as many of them when I'm working on my patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and use her video as a guide and tutorial to making my very own pattern weights using these washers here. So I'm happy about that. That's one of my other plans for this week. What else I plan to work on this week? So I also told you guys that I wanted to sew my husband's pants, or rather my husband's pants. That was about 2 weeks ago. I didn't get that done, but I am going to dedicate time this week to get these pants for him hemmed. So this is the hem of his pants, and he needs me to get these done because these are pants he can be wearing now since it's like the winter months. So I am going to make sure I can work on getting these hemmed. Both pants legs need hemming actually. So I'm going to work on getting these hemmed this week for him. Now, the kicker with that is that he needs to be available so I can actually get the hemming and the sizing done correctly. His schedule has been really crazy this week and last week. So I just want to make sure that I can get him to sit still for a moment in time so I can go ahead and try to get the proper measurement done for these and work on hemming his pants. I do know I need to use a blind hem for these, and I found some tutorials on how to do that. So I do plan to get that done this week as well. So so far about 3 things done. Now the good thing, let me go back. My table and my floating shelves, I don't have to do that. I'm gonna have someone do that for me. I just have to make sure I'm available for them to do it. So technically I only have 2 things to get done right now for myself, which is the pattern weights and these the hem on his pants. So that's 2 things. I am also going to possibly work on my Make 9 video. My first make, which is going to be a sewing room accessory. So I was in between doing an ironing board cover or doing some placemats for my table where my machines are. I'm still kind of in limbo with which one I want to do. Obviously, the ironing board cover will only be one thing, but if I do the placemats for my machine space, that'll be 2 placemats. So I'm trying to decide which of the 2 items I want to work on. So I'm not sure. I did end up purchasing a new ironing board because the one we had was pretty wobbly. It wasn't as stable as it needed to be. So and it did come with a fresh cover. I did buy a mat to go over it to give it some plush, some cushion, but I want to cover it with a different type of cover. So I don't have to, because the cover right now is pretty decent. It's brand new. It's light in color though, and I want something a little bit darker. So I might go ahead and just do that. I'm not sure yet. So I'm in limbo. Let me now show you the fabric choices in terms of what I want to use to either work on the ironing board cover or the placemats. So I wanted to get to Joann Fabric over the weekend, and I was not able to do that because I wanted to get home in time to watch the football game, and I was running very short on time. So I ended up just going to Walmart and just finding some fabric there. I figured it's just a placemat or a ironing board cover, so I don't need anything fancy for either of the 2. So I did end up getting this fabric here from Walmart. It's just the basic cotton. All these are cotton. And I only got, what did I get? Is this 2 yards? I think this is 1 yard or 2 yards. I can't remember. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so this is 1 yard. I got 1 yard of this. I think when I purchased this, I had in mind the placemat covers maybe. I got 1 yard of that. And then I got 3 yards of this fabric here. What I thought, I know what my plans were. My plans were to do 2-sided reversible placemats. So one side would have this fabric on it, other side would have this fabric on it. And then if I did the ironing board cover, I would use this one. yeah, I was going to use this one for the ironing board cover. So it kind of be coordinated at some point, but yeah, this is what I got from Walmart. And I also was in Walmart and I found this really nice, this cute print as well. And this here, I got 2 yards, and I think the thought behind this was I could make something for my daughters. I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe a pillowcase for their bedrooms or something like that. And this fabric here, I got, again, 2 yards of it. So 2 yards of this, 1 yard of this one here, and 2 yards of this one here. So that's the fabric. Let me get into some notions that I purchased. Some of these came from Walmart, some of these came from Joann Fabric, and some of these I think came from Hobby Lobby. Yeah. So I like these spring action snips. These are really good because they have the spring in them, so they kind of bounce back when you try to snip your threads. I do have a white pair already for my sewing table, but I do not have anything for my cutting and my assembly station, my space where I do all my cutting and preparing my fabric. So I did want to get another pair of these, so I got these. When I was working on the Simplicity pattern last week, what was that, Simplicity 1043, I traced my pattern, but I realized that in my tracing that my highlighters were getting really like dull. They were running out of their ink. So I went ahead and purchased just some highlighters. These are thicker tip highlighters, and these are the lighter or the fine tip highlighters. So I got these. And I was starting to get low on my empty bobbins. So all of my bobbins are to the point now where they all have a color thread on them. I don't have any empty ones. So I went ahead and bought some more empty bobbins for my machine. And I got another case to store my bobbins in. So the case I have now is actually full, and I need to get another one so I can put the ones that are just loose and kind of just hanging out in my box in a case to keep them kind of safe. So I got that. And then as I am going to be working on my my DIY, my pattern weights, I got some different types of bias tapes I could use for that project. So I honestly was in between which colors I should use for my for the pattern weights themselves. So I got black, I got silver, I did pick up gold, I got the gray, and I got the teal color. So between the 5 of these colors, I have 6 sets of pattern weights. So I'm gonna figure out how to do some type of coordinated sets, and I'll use these. And I have a couple other packs of each color, but this is just the colors I purchased to work on my DIY pattern weight project. Now, when I was looking at the video from Sew Anastasia, she actually used ribbon as a part of her her pattern weight. So when I got these, so let me go back, sorry. These I actually picked up from Joann Fabric and Hobby Lobby. So Joann Fabric sells the Right brand of bias tapes, and Hobby Lobby sells the Sewology brand of bias tapes, and I have several of each color. So when I was in Hobby Lobby, I was thinking about the pattern weight project, and in her video she also uses ribbon. And I won't go into a bunch of detail now what she does with the ribbon, but she does use ribbon as a part of her project. I'm not certain if I want to use the ribbon in mine. Still kind of in limbo on that as well. But I did pick up, I already told you guys, I love animal print. So I did pick up some animal print ribbon that I could also use on my pattern weights. I may use the ribbon on maybe 1 or 2 sets, but not on all of them. So I got the ribbon here. This is the animal print. I got the gray, and I also purchased the silver glitter. So I will decide if I'm going to use the ribbon on my pattern weights. I'm not sure yet. I may use them for the bigger size, but I may not use them for the smaller sizes. I'll have to decide that as I work through the project. And then for the ironing board cover, I need to get 1/4 inch braided elastic. So I did pick this up from Joann Fabric as well. Now I'll tell you guys, I actually like getting my my elastic from Wow Wax because you get so much more. You can probably get like a small bundle like this, but you can also get like a really huge bundle of like yards and yards and yards of elastic if you buy it from Wow Wax. And I did buy some from Wow Wax, but I don't think I had the 1/4 inch size. I think I only had like a 1/2 inch size in the black, and I wanted to get black, and I needed a 1/4 inch. So I went ahead and purchased this from Joann Fabric, and this actually is 8 yards of fabric. Fabric, Lord. It's 8 yards of elastic, and it's way more than enough what I need to do the ironing board cover. So I will work on that, or use that to work on the ironing board cover if I decide to do that. And then last but not least, I saw this really cute storage bin in Joann Fabric as well. And it's in my colors. They only had 2 of these, I think, left. They were on clearance for like $4, I think, or $3 or something like that. So I picked up one of these, and I'm gonna just basically put this on my table and just have all of my essential tools that I need for the given project I'm working on right by my side at the table. Right now I have a little weave basket, but it's deep. I wanted something a little bit wider and not as deep. I can just kind of drop my hand in, get what I need, and take my hand out. So I will use this on my table as my go-to for my current project at my machine. So yeah, these are all my sewing plans, all of my DIY for the week. This is all of what I'm hoping to accomplish in my room this week. So I will do a check-in next week to let you all know, or sometime during this week let you all know how things are coming along. I am participating in the Make 9 Sewing Challenge with the accountability piece that's being hosted by Rochelle Handmade Designs. And if I'm not mistaken, I think by this time I should have already had my project in mind. I'm not too concerned about not being fixed on a particular project because I don't think either one will be difficult to work on. I think they'll both get done pretty quickly. But I do need to, like today, narrow down so I can get started on cutting and getting my project done, because I think the first project is actually due February the 19th or 20th. One of those dates. I have it somewhere in my phone, so I need to make sure that I'm staying on top of that. So yeah, these are my plans for the week, and I hope that you all are doing well. I want to thank you all for coming back and listening to my my sewing journey talks and chats. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I first want to thank you for stopping by, but I also want to extend an offer to you to please go ahead and subscribe and like this video, because it really helps me be able to create content and be motivated to continue creating content for you all to listen to and see. So again, thank you all for watching, and until we come together again, God bless.